I'm Matthew Quirk and I sing in Merry Opera's production of Messiah. I'm one of the basses. There are 12 singers only in it, and we've been touring it since 2011 around the country to all sorts of churches, Catholic, Church of England, free churches, Baptist churches, all across England, and indeed to Northern Ireland as well. 13,700 people have seen it across the country. We've done 115 performances, and we tend to tour it around Christmas and around Easter each year. We had an idea to do a stage production of the Messiah. We wanted to go to venues near those theatres to widen the catchment area. So we went to churches nearby, and we thought, what can we do as an opera in a church? The one thing that Merry Opera does is it tries to make every singer have just as important a role as each other. And the idea with the Messiah was to give every singer the same amount to sing. The result is that when I mentioned this to the stage director, John Ramster, he looked rather worried. So we sat and talked a bit more, and 6 weeks later he came up with a brilliant idea. 12 singers in a church, all of whom have backstories, feeling very lonely, and through singing the Messiah and through meeting the other characters and understanding that those other characters' backstories, they begin to develop some empathy and sympathy, so that towards the end of the production and the performance, there's a much more community, much more collegiate group, but a much calmer feeling. They might not have resolved all their problems, but there is at least there a feeling of hope. We take this production round to churches, and because the church itself is the set, the singers move around the church in every performance. Sometimes they sit with the audience, sometimes they're up at the altar, sometimes they're in the pulpit. And it does mean that every performance is different because every church is different. This adds not only to the audience's perception of the Messiah, where things are happening right around them, which is unusual for them, but also for the singers, because you might find in one performance that a singer that you normally see in one position is in a totally different position and might actually be doing something completely different to what they did in the previous performance. So each singer has to react to that. And each performance is, from the singer's point of view, very fresh, and from the audience's point of view, is also very fresh, and we hear from the audiences, very interesting.